The Biden administration still won't give us any answers on what these objects are, what they might be. The truth is out there. And damn it, I want to believe. Is it aliens? Might be aliens. The White House has denied the possibility of extraterrestrials, at the same time launching a brand new UFO task force to get to the bottom of from whence these objects came. Are they prepping the public for something big? Here with all the answers, theoretical physicist and Harvard University professor Avi Loeb is back. Welcome back, Dr. Loeb.
Thanks for having me.
When should we start freaking out about aliens?
Well, there was a Director of National Intelligence report delivered to Congress about a month ago, and about half of the objects that they called unidentified aerial phenomena were balloons. There were some drones, but the second half was unidentified. So even if one object came from some extraterrestrial technological civilization, that would be major news. It will change the future of humanity. So we need to understand what all the objects are. The government may be interested just in human-made objects, but scientists are very interested in things that come from far away. And of course, those things do not adhere to national borders. It's not a matter of national security. It's knowledge, scientific knowledge that should be shared with all humans.
Yes, but they have a way of dismissing questions like that. And I think it's very natural at this point for people to wonder. And they see how quickly our technology has advanced just in the last 50 years in this country. So imagine how advanced another civilization might be. And we deserve those answers. So finally, they're putting together this board. It's Pentagon, FAA, and DHS, just to name a few. Does this mean that the federal government is finally taking seriously the possibility that UAPs might be from some exoplanet or civilization far, far away?
Yeah, I think it's good news. It's a blessing that they are so worried about it that they will now pay attention, that the stigma was removed from the subject, because apparently there were lots of reports before then, and some people worried about reporting because of the stigma. And we need to get to the bottom of this. I established a year and a half ago the Galileo project, which will collect open data that will be available to the public and use artificial intelligence to figure out, to classify objects. And we are already starting to collect data, and we are planning in the coming months to produce copies of this first observatory that is already operating. And it will just depend on how much funding I get as to how many copies we'll make. So irrespective of what the government does, we will break the news. And therefore, you know, the government better be more open about what they have.
They have to be. You're absolutely right. Yeah. And what do you think, based on what you've seen and what you've studied, the hexagonal object and the cylindrical object, what could those be if they are not weather balloons?
Well, the objects that were talked about did not have any propulsion. They didn't have any unusual movement. They were just carried by air. So I would think these are probably human-made. But as I said, there are half of the unidentified objects whose nature is unclear. Yes. And it's quite possible that we're being visited because, you know, most of the stars formed billions of years before the sun. There was plenty of time for other civilizations to reach us with probes. And, you know, we are just in the first century of our science and technology. They may have had much more time. And so we should just be open-minded and look at the sky.
Maybe we'll get some cool stuff. You know, if these are self-propelled, maybe we can traverse through the skies without fossil fuels. It could be very exciting. Dr. Avi Loeb, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.